Stuck in my past, about to relapse. I keep running back to you.
Just surrounded by fucking ocean. Then it zooms in, and I walk out of like a cave or something, and it goes to this beach, which is really crowded with loads of people, which is weird because how the hell did they get there? You can hear the sounds of the ocean and stuff, and there's tons of people there. But the weird thing about all these people is they have no faces except for smiles. What became kind of strange is I'm walking around on the beach, and then I see this little girl. The only way that I was really able to tell that it was a girl is it had pigtails and was wearing a two-piece swimsuit. Started playing with this jellyfish. She picked it up and was holding it, and the whole time she's smiling, and it's touching her face and ripping her face off. I'm like, what the hell? Don't touch that. It's gonna hurt you. Stop. Put it down. And she's still just laughing away, and nobody says anything. They just kind of keep moseying on. All of a sudden, it pans to the ocean, and the water has receded back by at least 50 feet. And it started to turn black as it did so. All of a sudden, this enormous wave that was easily 3 times the size of the island itself goes up, and nobody's paying attention, comes up and crashes onto the island. The dream goes into the next phase where I wake up essentially from being passed out on the ocean or the beach itself in the sand, and I look around, nobody's there, and it has started to snow. And out from the cave where I had come from walks up this giant, huge polar bear. Comes out of the cave and gets maybe about 4 feet away from me, gets up on its hind leg, and then just roars like this ridiculously loud roar. And then I wake up.
Lost?
I never saw Lost, but that was my thought later on in life. I was like, maybe I preemptively dreamed of the final episode of Lost about the polar bear and shit.
Yeah.
Not a clue, but it was fucking weird. But no, I'd never seen Lost, but when I heard about that later, I was like, they stole my dream! I don't know how, but they stole it, the bastards.
Curse you, J.J. Abrams!
Right, how dare you?
You, the king of lens flare, and stole a dream, and then added your signature blinding lens flare, you asshole.
You asshole, give it back, it was mine first. But yeah, I have like nonsensical dreams like that. It's very strange. But go ahead, P.
Well, I guess that leaves little old me. Okay. Well, I have like a myriad of like crazy, wacky dreams. Like every night something different. But the one that kind of stood out to me the most, which actually goes in like the stuff of like I could make a story out of, it's one that I can't really do anymore because of how weirdly disturbing it is.
Okay.
So I'm having like the normal everyday dream where after I'm done having one of the visions of the future dreams, and I'm just getting skirt away, just like, and I'm like all in black and white like I always am, just sleeping into the background, like a pencil and pen in my hand. I'm sitting at the back of the wall, right, and I'm just seeing the scene play out, and it starts off with like this random scene of this grown woman walking into this alleyway where I'm like, okay, brain, am I about to write a story about someone about to get molested, raped, murdered, killed? What's going on here? So far, nothing congruent, nothing bad's going on. I feel like it's okay. I feel like it's fine. Goes on for like 5 minutes dream time. Nothing while she's just still walking down this dark alleyway. And then finally, I start seeing eyes and the glow of a gun. And so I'm just like, okay, it is going that route. It is. But then I'm just still standing there waiting, and the guy only comes out not to say that he's going to mug her or anything like that, just like, get away from us, you monster. I'm then all of a sudden confused. I'm like, okay, brain, where are you going with this? To point out that the lady then decides to take out, and this is actually something my dream had, take out part of her own rib cage as a blade to run up while he's shooting at her to vivisect him, and then cut off his dick to satisfy herself, to then afterwards shove it down his throat while taking photos of it to show to her friends saying 25 points.
What?
What a boss bitch.
I know, right?
Loretta
Damn. Loretta Bada ain't got nothing on this chick. What the hell? She's like, yeah. Now freaking eat it. The whole thing. Don't chew. Swallow. What the hell? Oh my god. This sounds like something that should be an anime. Oh my god.
I did not see that going in that direction.
How do you think I felt? I'm just leaning behind the wall. All of a sudden I see this. I'm like,
What?
I would stay the hell away. I'd be like, please don't do that to me.
Well, actually, V, with what you're saying with like dreams telling the future, like I just remembered one I had for like so long, or since I was like 12 years old, I had like my dream wedding kind of planned out.
yeah.
And like I would have these dreams where I'd see everybody who was attending, and for a long time I didn't know most of these people, or maybe because I didn't know them yet. But as I got older, like I would recognize these people, and they would like appear more vividly in the dream. And then I would like remember, I remember seeing the bridesmaids. I remember seeing like the groomsmen and not knowing who half of them were at the time, except for my best friend, who was always gonna be my maid of honor. We talked about it.
Right.
And I'm like, okay, so over time, like, the dream got more vivid and clear, and I kept seeing these people, and, like, I remembered, like, the color of dress they would wear, like, the color, like, the tuxedo style that the guys would wear. I remember, like, the dress, like, kind of the suit my mom wore, and, like, what my dad was wearing, and stuff like that. The only thing that never showed up was the guy. So I would be like, okay, so maybe it's this guy that I'm dating, and it never showed up. He, like, never showed up. And then when I finally got to my actual husband, that's when, like, you kind of, when the dream tells you, like, something's meant to be or meant to happen. I had that dream again, and instead of his face being blurred out, it was my husband, like, in front of me in the dream. And then 2 weeks later, he actually proposed to me.
Woo!
So it was weird. It was sweet but weird. Like, it was one of those experiences like, okay.
I like how we went from lady that vivisected and then chopped someone's dick off to this is how I knew I found the one.
Yeah.
That's like the beautiful segue from just like, well, we know that this kind of seems fucked up for the guys in the audience. But for the ladies, here's something to cheer you up.
And it all started off with a weird Lost episode that I had.
That's
it was
true.
clearly a premonition. That's what it
Yeah,
was.
that's true. A dang polar bear. Which I never
Right?
explained, by the way. If we ever get to, like, finales of shows that piss us off, about something that grinds our gears, I can rant about Lost for 30 minutes. And you
We
can just
should
not stop.
totally do that.
That
Yes.
will be the next live show, which will
Because
be
I
on
have
Sally's
many.
Twitch channel.
I have many I get to bitch about.
That will be
Chris.
that'll be on Sally's Twitch channel live. It'll be the only one I won't keep for recordings. You gotta be there or be square.
Just me ranting about finales I hate.
I'll make a special backdrop and playlist and everything for it. You guys gotta keep an eye out for it. But in the meantime, back to the lady that said the 20 points thing for chopping the guy's dick off and then shoving it down his throat after fucking the
Boss
severed
bitch.
dick. The thing about what made it so fucked up for me was because I already know from my own history of being a man whore that I feel like that would be something worth coming to me as punishment, or like having non-stop daughters as the old wives' tale is for like, if you keep mistreating women, you'll end up with nothing but daughters. You crazy old lady Beatrice. I'm not gonna have all daughters. But that's what kind of made it feel all fucked up for me. It's the point where I'm just like, I don't know if I can make this a show. Cause for one, it would only be on HBO.
Oh god.
And two, it'd have to compete with Game of Thrones, Deadwood, Westworld, The Sopranos.
Well, to be fair, that plot already sounds better than Game of Thrones, so...
I don't even remember how the rest of it went. It's just that after you see that, you're like, okay, I'm done. I am done.
The question is, who would you cast as the boss bitch who cuts off the dick and makes him eat it?
It would obviously be one of my sisters, so it'd have to be like a giant fight between all of you about who's gonna be the one.
Oh my god.
Like, you two would have to fight Danny, Jenny, Jen, Griff, Ray.
I would feel really bad for Aaron if Jenny got that part. He'd be like, oh, Jenny.
Be like, please, no.
Sapphire, Jasmine. You guys had to do like a full-blown battle royale, just like, alright, who's gonna be the one to play the role where in the first episode you chop off someone's dick, then shove it down their throat?
Wait till I get my abs, and then I can get, like, an outfit like Bayonetta and get, like, the gun shoes. Hold on.
Yes, queen. Bayonetta is my bae. I love her so much. That ass just eat. Oh, I love her. Oh, random side topic again. Sorry. Did you hear that Bayonetta 2 came to the Switch?
Yes, and Bayonetta 3
It
is
did.
coming out soon.
I can't wait to get the Switch because that means I can finally play it because Shweebe's never bothered buying the stupid Wii U. Ugh.
I'm
So
only getting
excited.
the Switch for No More Heroes 3, aka Travis Touchdown's Return. That's the only reason I would get a Wii to play the first two No More Heroes and then the Switch just for Travis Returns. But
Oh, they didn't put the other two on the Switch? The first two?
I don't give a fuck about that. I just want to do it on the Wii so I can actually do Travis's charging method of actually jerking off his lightsaber.
I want to play that game because it sounds like Killer is Dead. It may have been
It's made by
the same guy.
Suda51.
Yeah, I gotta get these games now.
But speaking of
love
Suda51 and dreams,
Ooh.
anyone ever feel like video games were just made from people having the most ecstasy-riddled dreams?
Yeah, I can see it.
Like, except for stuff like Call of Duty, that's just like someone listening to their grandparents just like, wow, I wonder if I can make a game out of their pain and suffering. But I'm being serious, like let's just use 3 different examples of like video games that seem kind of fucking weird. Like, although I love both things, let's just say for the first argument's sake of Devil May Cry and Bayonetta's whole franchises put together. That's like a cocaine-riddled dream that just rode the
Someone
tiger's
was
blood with
sniffing
Charlie
glue.
Sheen.
That tiger blood.
Tiger blood. Winner.
I am God.
Like that literally was just like someone came out of their dream coked out of their mind, just like, and then there's this guy with like these 2 guns, and he's half demon, half human, and he's starting to fight off all these things, and there's a big titty blonde with like the nicest squeezable ass, man, I'm telling you. And then his brother, and then he's just like, sir, calm down. It is 5 in the morning, and I don't have any underwear on.
And then his buddy's sitting right next to him is like, but wait! And then there's another game with this girl. She's got a nice sweet ass too. She's got a demon thing, but her guns are on her shoes.
But wait for
Yes!
it. Her hair is her outfit.
Yes! And it's also a demon that eats things, turns into a giant dog and just goes, ow! It'll be sick!
Who let these cokeheads in my house? Like,
Both amazing franchises,
both
but
amazing,
damn.
but if you think about it
Fucking
clearly,
weird.
it's literally like a drug episode gone wrong.
Uh-huh.
Second argument, every Final Fantasy ever.
Yas, queen.
It's
yas.
literally like every maker in Japan took LSD and was like, you know what? I remember I wanted to make a game where all of a sudden there's this thing with these guys in the time travel night. You know, and then all of a sudden some magical willy thing with some knights and shit. We throw in some gods and then maybe talk about how these four have a gangbang in the dungeon to get powers. But they don't have an actual gangbang, they just touch a crystal. It's touch crystal. Speaking of which, got any more dust?
Need some more fairy dust, please. Ugh. No, the thing that makes me think Final Fantasy is made from dreams alone is because of chocobos. Who in their right mind decided to take an ostrich and a chicken, fuck them, and make a chocobo, the cutest fucking bird I have ever seen, and I want like 10 of them.
People that are tripping balls on mescaline.
I want them, but I'm just like, how'd they come up with this big ass chicken?
I fucking love chocobos.
And then they fucking summon meteors in certain games. What the fuck is that shit? What chicken ostrich hybrid can do that shit?
That chicken
is dream
ostrich.
material right there.
Dream and drug material, because guess what else they made? Fucking Moogles!
I love Moogles though. But yeah, those are strictly
Hell,
dream made things.
in one game you have to save by either spanking or grabbing their asses. That is a drug thing right there. Just like, oh yeah.
I just want to touch their pom poms.
Very nicely.
Yoshi.
I personally play a lot of like indie horror games, and some of the ideas in those are just like, I swear, they either like binge watch Criminal Minds and then get really high and then have a weird dream about how to make it work, or they just are just fucked up and they make a really good horror game. Because
Yeah.
I can say I prefer like the indie horror games over the like big AAA titles. I'd rather play like a game like Cat Lady or, you know, Lazaretto over Outlast. I don't know, I find it more...
I'll have to check out that Lazaretto one.
It's really good. It's really good.
Cat Lady's in my wish list. But yeah, I totally feel you on the indie horror games.
Yeah.
Like Layers of Fear. Not necessarily a big title, but
Yeah.
I fucking love that one.
It's a good one.
I hate all 3 endings, but they are amazing. Because I'm just like, I want more justification, please. Now, give me a 4th ending. But whatever.
Yeah, with how Lazaretto ended, it ended like with end of chapter 1, and they're making like 2 or 3 more chapters or whatever, and it like ended it right there, and I was like, no, why do I have to wait? I want to know what happens. Why? Like, it's not
that's like Bendy and the Ink Machine, which
Yeah.
started off as just a no-name thing, and then
Yeah.
now it's got a fucking cult following. And
Bendy.
chapter 3, at the end of chapter 3, I'm like,
Yeah.
Why
What?
does that
No, what
sound like
happens to
another
Goofy
indie
Wannabe?
title that became super popular? I don't know. Oh, right. Freddy.